So today we'll be looking at fractions. First of all, we need to know what a fraction is. What is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole number or object. So a fraction is a part of a whole number or object. So for example, if someone is supposed to have 100 marks in a test, and instead of getting 100 marks in the test, he got 72 marks. So he's supposed to get 100 marks, but instead of getting 100 marks, he got 72 marks. 72 is a fraction of 100. So 72 is a part of the whole score the student was supposed to have, right? So a fraction is a part of a whole number. Also, if you have an apple, so a mother came back from the market or from wherever she went to, and she came back with an apple. She has two children to give this apple. If she divides this apple into two, each child will take a part of the whole apple. Each child will take a part of the whole apple. We can also say that each child will take a fraction of the apple. So two children will share this one apple. So this side is going to be 1 over 2. This side is going to be 1 over 2. What does this mean? This means one apple is shared by two children. So one child is going to take this part, the other child is going to take this part. If, on the other hand, we are sharing this apple by three children, okay? So if three children are expected to share this apple, since three children are sharing one apple, this means each part will be one apple divided by 3, one apple divided by 3, one apple divided by 3, okay? So the number on top represents what is shared. The number at the bottom represents how many persons are sharing it in this particular situation, okay? So what we are building on here is our understanding of what fraction is. A fraction is a part of a whole number or object. So now we are going to look at the basic parts of a fraction. So whenever you see a fraction is basically made up of two parts. If you have a fraction 1 over 2, this is a fraction written in numerical form, 1 over 2. The number on top is called the numerator, and the number at the bottom is the denominator. Okay, so the number we have on the top or at the top of the fraction is the numerator. The number we have at the bottom is the denominator. So the particular number we have on top and the one we have at the bottom will determine the type of fraction we are working with. So the next thing we're going to look at is types of fraction. So there are basically three types of fractions. The first one is proper fraction. Proper fraction. So what is a proper fraction? A proper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is smaller than the denominator. So for a proper fraction, the number at the top, which is the numerator, is smaller than the number at the bottom, which is the denominator. So examples are 2 all over 5, 6 all over 15, and also 18 all over 30. All these fractions are proper fractions. Let's look at the word proper. Proper. Proper means what is right, okay? What is okay. So what I normally tell my students is I like to give them something to imagine. So I ask them to imagine that they are coming back from school and they see their dad at the doorstep, and then probably they are just 6 years old. And when they see their dad, they run to their dad, and their dad picks them up and puts them on his shoulder. So when he puts them on his shoulder, is that okay? Is it okay for a big man, their father, to put their little child on his shoulder? They'll always say that's okay. So that's why it's called proper. It's okay. It's okay for a big number to lift a small number. It's proper. It's proper for 15 to lift 6 because 15 is bigger than 6, right? So it's proper for a big father to lift his small child. So 30 is bigger than 18, so it's okay for 30 to lift 16 or 18 in this case. But on the other hand, we have the second type of fraction, improper. So in this case, I also tell them to imagine a scenario where their dad is just coming back from work and he sees them at the doorstep and he runs over to them and he expects them to lift him up, or he expects the little child of 6 years to lift him up. While the little child is struggling to lift up his dad, will it be proper? Will it be nice in the eyes of people? They'll always say no, right? They'll say, no, it's not good for a little child to struggle to lift his dad up. I say, that's okay. So an improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. It's not proper for a little number to be lifting a bigger number. So it's improper, okay? So an improper fraction okay, so this is improper. It's not good. It's not right. For a small number to lift a big number is improper. It's not nice. Example, if you have 5 over 3. So if 5 over 3 were to be human beings, 3 will be struggling to lift 5 up because 5 is bigger than it, right? Also, you have 10 over 4. That's improper. Also, you have 7 over 7. Okay? 7 over 7 is also considered as an improper fraction. So we've looked at the first type of fraction, we've looked at the second type of fraction, now we look at the third type of fraction. So when you come across a fraction in this situation, which is improper for a small number to lift a big number, so what do you do to help out? We need to bring down the extra load so that 3 can be comfortable lifting a number that it has the capacity to lift. So that process is called the process of converting from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So the next type of fraction we have is mixed numbers. Mixed numbers. Some countries call it mixed fraction. What's a mixed number? A mixed number is a fraction that contains a whole number and a proper fraction. Okay. So a mixed number is a fraction that contains a whole number and a proper fraction. So how do we get mixed numbers? As I said earlier, when you have an improper fraction, you can take out the excess load from the numerator so that the denominator will become comfortable. So that process converts an improper fraction to a mixed number. Let's look at some examples of mixed numbers. 1 whole number 2 over 5. So if you look at 1 whole number 2 over 5, 1 is a whole number, 2 over 5 is a proper fraction. So a combination of these two values gives you a mixed number. Another example is 3 whole number 2 over 7. This is another mixed number. And finally, 6 whole number 1 over 5. So all these values are mixed numbers. So what we're going to do next is we're going to see how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. Then we'll look at how to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. Okay.